Huddle up. Let's talk about Florida's first touchdown against Tennessee when Trevor Etienne went 62 yards to the house with this trap play. It's pistol, right whip swap, 23 cat trap. Let's break it down. We have one running back and one tight end, so we know we're in 11 personnel. The running back aligns in a pistol formation 7 yards behind the quarterback. This makes it more difficult for the defense to identify tendencies. The tight end is our Y. He's going to set our strength to the right, and the X receiver is going to go with him off the ball. We're going to swap that Z receiver to the backside. He needs to make sure he's on the line of scrimmage. Then our flanker is our adjuster, who's going to align in a slot position on the weak side, which we call whip. Now let's show some love to the big guys this week and break down this 23 cat trap. But first, let's identify our front. We have a 3 technique to the strong side and our nose guard to the weak side. So we call this an over front. Now, Florida quarterback Graham Mertz does a great job here pre-snap with his identification. He sees that strong safety is looking like he's going to spin down to the strong side, and the free safety is going to spin up to a single high look with man coverage underneath. This means we're getting cover 1. So we're in a perfect position to run our trap play to the weak side. 23, we want to get our 2 back, which is our halfback, through the 3 hole, which is the gap between the guard and the tackle on the left side. If we were running 22 or 24, that would equal the right side of the line of scrimmage. With a trap play, typically you are pulling a guard and a tackle. So if we want to modify that, we need to alter our terminology. If we had G trap, that would mean just the guard is pulling. But here we have the center and the tackle pulling. So CAT, C-A-T, center and tackle. They're both pulling. Usually you don't get a center pulling because he's busy snapping the ball, but Florida does it here and they do a good job of it. Now, who are we trapping? We want to kick out this last man on the line of scrimmage, which here is the defensive end. So the center pulls, does a great job of kicking down the line of scrimmage. The rest of the offensive line is down blocking. Our tackle pulls and works his way up to the Mike linebacker. And our halfback opens to the strong side, okay, which adds a counter element here, and then works backside to the 3 hole and is patient as he follows his tackle for a big run here. Now, the execution of this play was already going to equal an 8 to 10 yard gain, but when you throw in the missed tackles by Tennessee, that's what makes it a touchdown. The free safety has to come down and make this tackle. He does not. The strong side corner has an opportunity to make a tackle. He does not. All of that combined means Trevor Etienne goes 62 yards to the house on pistol, right whip swap, 23 cat trap.
Great stuff.
There it is, boys.
Yeah, great stuff,
trap,
David.
baby.
That was a nice call. Hey, safety, why don't you come down and wrap up, son?
You know what? While that one was bad, at least he's coming full speed down and just missed a tackle. The corner bumping the shoulder and not wrapping up was even worse to me.
Yeah, God.
And the fall at the end.
Up.
Like that's one of the most embarrassing efforts I've seen in the SEC. But what's interesting, that strong side corner shouldn't have even had a play on it because it's man coverage. To me, like
where are your eyes?
Coverage, well, it's man coverage. I would just have the wide receiver run a go route. Yeah. Why are we even trying to block that guy? Like, what do you think from the defensive side?
Well, it's again looking at it, it was the right call, it was the right play call into the right defense. But that's why your safety's there. Mm-hmm. That's why your safety there is to come down and clean that up, right? To run the alley and clean that up. I mean, you can't come down and sit here and try and play rock'em sock'em robots with him. I mean, get his ass on the ground. Like, come down and, I mean, if you're going to come down and not wrap up, you better be coming downhill to launch and lay. And that's a 15-yard penalty nowadays. But look, it was a great call. Really good job by the puller fitting in between, running the, we hear, people say, oh, the DB ran the route for him. Well, right there, the offensive lineman ran the track for the running back, getting him up to work to be able to seal it there and hit it. So it was a great call. I watched the Niners run a single wing trap off a motion with Deebo Samuel this past Sunday for a touchdown that was just absolute. I mean, Shanahan is
the chef.
How often did you see a center pulling like that?
Well, you got pin and pull, right? Like a lot of people run pin and pull, depending on if you're covered or uncovered, depends on who's going to pull. But it just depends on if the center could do it. Like, it's not. Snapping and stepping is hard enough. Snapping, stepping, and pulling, that's a totally, I mean, hell, you got guards and tackles that can't even.
That's actually a really good point that people should keep in mind there. That play could have, in the huddle, just been called trap with the guard and the trap scheduled
like you said,
to pull. But the offensive line could have made a call based on that over front at the line of scrimmage, where the center and the guard just say, hey, because I'm uncovered,
you're going to down block.
I'm going to pull, and you stay. And that's just a call
that's exactly
right,
because you don't know what you're getting until you're out there and lining up. Hello there, YouTube. Hey, appreciate you getting us over 100,000. Now we want 100 trillion to help take over the world. So hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, turn that notification bell on, and join us. It's a great party. We appreciate you.